That's a good ball for Peter Weir. Now Aberdeen with McGee making the break and Hewitt waiting in the middle. Yes!
Countdown to Kickoff is supported by and brought to you by Saltire Energy, the global market leader in specialist drilling equipment rental, and also by Craig International. And my huge thanks to Steve McCarty and Jill McDonald at Craig International, who, like Saltire last week, have renewed their annual sponsorship deal with ABTV. With their support, the channel can only get bigger. My heartfelt thanks to everybody involved at Craig International. It means so much. We're back at Pittodrie tomorrow as Aberdeen welcome Kilmarnock and Derek McInnes. We're going for 8 out of 8. Kick-off tomorrow at the Old Stadium is at 1500 UK time. Aberdeen against Kilmarnock. A few games played today in the Scottish Premiership, so it means that the table looks like this. So after Rangers absolutely thumped Ross County today, they go top of the pile. We've just dropped down to third place. 2 wins out of 2, goal difference of 3. And look, hey, it's a great start. Let's absolutely keep it going. Hi everybody, welcome to the show. So as you can see, the camera angle is slightly different than normal. That's because I came in earlier today and once again, the gremlins have hit the ABTV studios. So camera, not working. Lights, not working. So what I've had to do is just improvise a little bit, and I'm having to do the show now off the integrated webcam on my laptop. I hope you guys can hear me okay. If there's any issues, let me know. It looks like my voice might be slightly behind my lips moving, but hopefully it won't sort of deter your fun tonight. So, lots going on. Big breaking news within the past sort of hour or so that Kevin Nisbet, 27-year-old Scottish international, has signed on a season-long loan deal from Championship side Millwall. He will become our new number 9. Now, he is still subject to international clearance, which could affect whether he goes into the matchday squad for tomorrow's game or not. If that clearance goes through in time, then obviously he will probably, I would think, find himself on the bench for tomorrow's game. So what I want to do first of all, I just want to open it up. And can you just let me know that you can hear me okay? Sound is great. Excellent. Perfect. We are good to go. So as you know, guys, this is Countdown to Kickoff. This is the review show ahead of the game against Kilmarnock. So come on tonight. I've left it completely open for you guys to have your say. Just normal drill, under the comments. Just write what you want. Be respectful, particularly to your fellow fans, please. Keep it safe. Don't use bad language because I won't read it out. It's as simple as that. Yeah, just let me know how you're doing as well. I hope you all have had an absolutely fantastic week. So, the Kilmarnock game. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues with the game getting postponed. There was a lot of talk about Kilmarnock potentially asking the football administrators if they could move the game due to their European exploits on Thursday night. I actually felt quite sorry for them on Thursday because I thought they put up a pretty decent display against Copenhagen. Obviously going down by 2-0. The second goal, a 96-minute penalty. So I'm wondering how much that will actually affect them going into the game. I've got some stats for you later, which actually show some interesting stats about the games between the two sides and where Kilmarnock are currently. But first and foremost, I'm going to try and predict the team for tomorrow. And do you know what? I've gone for something completely different. So, back four, as normal. The only change is Slobodan to come back in for Jack Mill. After he served his suspension. That's what I think will happen in there. The skipper and Nielsen to play in the middle. And then this is where I think everything will change. So I think Toppy will start tomorrow on the left. I hope Ante Palaversa gets a start and plays potentially in that number 10 role, which will free Jamie up to go over to the opposite flank with Esther playing up front as the top striker. So that's, to be honest with you, that's what I would like to see Yimi do tomorrow. But of course, it's in the lap of the gods, and we will see come 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon once he announces his team. So what I'll do at the moment is let me clear the timeline for you, just so that I can get everything else in, because I've got quite a bit to get through tonight that I wanted to show you and to share with you. So the next thing I want to do is, as we always do, I've picked some quotes from Yimi, which I'll just get in a sec, where he spoke at his press conference. Again, spoke very openly, spoke very frankly, didn't really give anything away in terms of transfers or what's happening with Duke and all that kind of stuff. Kept it very much close to his chest. Right, let me get there's that. That can jump in there. And I just want to share this with you as well. Okay, where is it? Where are you? You've disappeared, you little bandit. Where are you? I thought I had it. Oh no! Okay, I'll try and find it in a wee while. So you just jump yourself in there. There we go. So let's get Yimi on. And let's just go through some of his quotes. So he said, the season is long. We just started the season and it's early and things can happen. Sometimes you can't win forever, but we're going to try to be there all the time and try to keep the momentum and always reload. We don't live in the past. We always prepare for the future and take it training by training and game by game. For me, that is the only way. To reload, stay humble, do the hard work, put the focus in the right things, and try to win the games. He finished off by saying, to bring some success, like I said at the beginning, we have to stay strong, even if sometimes there is rough water. We have to keep the direction and go through the hurdles and stay stronger. You know, he's used the word now humbled quite a few times in his post-match and his pre-match sort of press conferences. And I like that word. I like the fact that he wants to keep the players' feet on the ground and he wants them to understand that this is all about hard work. And I think we can already see that that attitude is coming across in the way that we're now playing. So I think it's very refreshing to see, I have to be honest. Right? I do want to clear that because I'm absolutely convinced that what I wanted to show you is here. Maybe it's not. How bizarre. Let me just bring that down. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so let me find it again. There it is. Got it. And it's in. Perfect. Want to see the match stats? Let me chuck in the match stats for you. So, Aberdeen lost all 3 of their league meetings with Kilmarnock last season, all without scoring, as if we need to be reminded. Aberdeen are unbeaten in their last 11 league games, winning 8, drawing 3, last going 12 without loss in the Scottish Premiership back in February 2016. Kilmarnock have lost their opening 2 Scottish Premiership games of this current season by an aggregate score of 0-7. The referee for tomorrow is Matthew McDermott. On VAR is Nick Walsh. If you're not getting to the game, this is Dolly Digital's front cover of Red Matchday programme with our very own Esther Sokla donning the front cover. And as always, if you pre-order the programme, you will know that you get exclusive interviews with the manager and the captain and club staff within the programme this week. So I think what we'll do is we shall open it up to you guys and see how you're doing, and let's get your comments on. So Stuart Malcolm is here saying, good evening, Ali and fellow dandies. Just a heads up, all trains tomorrow heading north have been cancelled after 3:25 p.m. They sold me tickets for a non-existent train and there's no buses laid on either. Oh dear. So if you are going to the game, just double check if you are going by train. Just make sure that your trains get there in plenty of time. Richard Mickey McMillan is here saying, good evening, Ali and fellow dandies. Just sitting here listening to AC/DC. One of the first albums that I ever bought was AC/DC. The name of the album was Highway to Hell. In fact, I think it was the first album I ever bought. AC/DC, Highway to Hell, with my pocket money, and my mother was furious. Michael Finlay wishes everyone a good evening. Scott W. said, good evening, Ali. Happy belated birthday to you. Thank you, Scott. So, Kevin Nisbet signs. It could prove to be a cracking signing. Even if he bags 15 goals with the rest of the squad pitching in, we'll do fine this just season. Gordon Keith Ritchie says, good evening all. Nisbet, great signing. Won't be easy tomorrow. Need an early goal and we should be okay. Come on, you Reds. Paul Donaldson said, hi, Ali, and evening, all dandies. Hopefully we've got a decent signing in Kevin Nisbet and he's able to score goals as we know he can. Well, he certainly has an eye for goal, hasn't he? Paul went on to say, but Bojan Miovski is a very hard act to follow and the number 9. And the number 9 shirt comes with a lot of expectation and pressure to deliver goals. Kevin Turner says, good evening, Ali. Hope you're well, mate. I'm doing just fine, thank you. Delighted we've signed a proven goal scorer in Nisbet and really excited before each match now and look forward to going down Pittodrie way. Feel good factor. Scott W came back to say, I see wee Deeks was crying again yesterday about having to travel to Aberdeen after a European game. Did we not have to go to Killie for a 12:30 kickoff after a Euro tie last season? I think you're right. Where we got dicked 2-0, going on 5-0. Was that the same game where we were absolutely woeful that day? I think you could be right. Richard Mickey McMillan is reminding you all to please press the like button if you're enjoying the show with 12 minutes gone. Scott W said, if we can score early tomorrow, I reckon we'll beat them by 4 or 5. John Grant said, exciting times, we should have plenty of options up front, but I still do think we need defenders who can defend properly. We have to take our chances too, thus can avoid the pressure on the defence. Neil Strachan said, good evening, Ali. I think we Aberdeen will beat Kilmarnock 5-0 tomorrow. Nisbet hat-trick and one from Ambrose and one from Sokla. Mon the Dandies, make us all happy. Gavin Wilson has said, good evening to everybody. He says, hope Nisbet is an answer. He's a different number 9 to Miovski. I was really hoping that we'd sign the 19-year-old winger, the lad from Australia, right? Because he feels that we need a winger or two. Graham Watson said, seems to be less playing time for the younger players. Hope Sokla starts tomorrow. Confidence will take a hit if he's dropped. Yeah, I agree with that. Duncan McBain says, seems to be coming together nicely now. Hope Toppy is on from the start tomorrow. Completely agree, Duncan. Hence why I put him in my starting lineup. I'll be astonished if he isn't, because of the difference that he made when he came on last week. David Gold, Rally Vids, has wished everyone a good evening. How are you, David? John McDonald has said, decided to sit up all night for the live show here in Australia. Love the vibe around the Dons now, and Nisbet's signing is the cream on the top. Thanks for staying up, John. Jim is here. Hi, Jim. How are we doing? Great to catch up with you yesterday, mate. Fingers crossed Nisbet fits in well, he says. Baz Strachan has said, good evening, everyone. Hoping a good performance from start to finish tomorrow. 90-minute performance and really have a go at Killie. Kevin Craighead is here. Hi, Kevin. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. I keep looking up to go to a camera. It doesn't work, Ali. Stay here. He said, timed your show perfectly with the signing today. It's odd, but I get the feeling quite a few fans are underwhelmed despite Nisbet's proven track record of scoring goals for fun. David Scott says, hi, Ali. Kevin Nisbet signing hopefully turns out good for us. Think we'll be hungry with a point to prove. Phil McLean has said, last time we were going for 8, McInnes was our manager. 3 points tomorrow. Come on, you Reds. Norrie is on. Good evening, Norrie. He says, hello, fellow dandies. Hope everyone is well. Doug Smith says, Nisbet is a good signing. And if his head is in the right place, he'll make an impact. Nice one, Yimmy. Neil is here saying, good evening, dandies. Graham Barron has said, good evening, Ali and fellow dandies. Let's hope we can get another Toppy the Pops goal tomorrow. I've seen that so many times this week. I'm happy with the Nisbet signing. He will suit our style we are playing at the moment, and he will get service. Gray Pilgrim makes a good point. He wishes good luck in Denmark to Richard Jensen, who of course left the club this week to go to Denmark on a season-long loan deal. Dave B says, if Nisbet is number 9, does that kind of snub Esther? I don't think so, because Esther's got the number 19 shirt. So I don't think it'll be a snub. But it's up to Esther. You know, it's up to him. You know, he's been given an opportunity at the beginning of the season to really stamp his authority and make that position his own. I think he's done okay. Not great, but I think he's done okay. So it's up to Esther now. He's got that competition. Mark Leslie says, beating Copenhagen isn't for everyone, I suppose. Gareth Mackey said, looking like an 80s porn star with that video quality. Ali, still looking well, bud. A Luku to shore up things. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just, there's nothing worse for me when you come in and things just don't work. It's so frustrating. Keith McDonald says, positive signing to tide us over for a while the team develops further. Stuart Malcolm is asking, how do you think Sokla will feel about Kevin's signing? Will he be happy, or do you think he'll be a bit down? Will he feel he's not trusted as our number 9? Look, competition for places is obviously very healthy. But, like, I'll be honest with you. It's a team game. It's a squad game. Everybody knows that. And everybody knows that you have to have a level of professionalism when it comes to the squad. But don't tell me that any professional football player who finds himself dropped down to the bench for another player is not wound up, annoyed, upset, emotional. So I think he knows what he's got to do. Let's put it that way. And he's got to go out and he's got to prove himself. And he's got to make that position his own. And the only way he can do that is by improving his own performances. But I think his pride will be hurt if Kevin gets the international clearance. I don't think he'll start tomorrow. No chance. I think Esther will start tomorrow. And possibly Kevin could come on as a substitute. But then going forward, before the international break hits us, if Esther is still not quite 100%, he could find himself dropped down to the bench. And then it's up to him. John Kilo has said, Nisbet had medical issues, so don't get too overboard about him just yet. Okay, that's interesting, John. Where are you getting that from? Because obviously the club have now officially put out across their social media platforms, and they've interviewed Kevin as well. So all they're saying is, apart from international clearance, he's done. So where are you getting that from? Be intrigued to know, mate. Can't be bothered. Cheeky bandit. He says, back to lip syncing, Ali, like the good old days. Nisbet, good signing, but we would like the Babbage to have got a chance. Paul Donaldson said, would love to see Vinny at some point tomorrow. He did well when he came on last week. John is asking me, have you info that Ante is fit then? So what I'm basically basing my team on is what the manager said in his pre-match press conference. That when he was asked about injuries and stuff like that, he didn't mention Ante, which suggests to me that he's ready to go. All he basically did was mention that Leighton Clarkson is back on the pitch, training, but probably won't be ready until after the international break. Scott W said, I like the fact Yemi doesn't get involved in rumour or speculation. It's a refreshing change. Dave B says, I agree with your team selection, Ali. I think Shadon and Papa have shown only hard work and endeavour, but the end product is rather hit and miss. Luminous Reality says, fit like Ali and fellow dandies, with Nisbet now confirmed, realistically, is there any other position we need to strengthen? Go back to him. Or her. Paul Mathewson has said, want to see Vinny and Toppy start, and Sokla now needs to start scoring. Scott W said, I love Yumi's approach. He's calm, composed, and it's definitely rubbing off on the team. Oh, there's lots of you on tonight, which is fantastic. Thank you. Gavin Wilson said, the feeling that I get Yumi when he's saying about being humble reminds me of the quote, no one is bigger than the club, but also not to get ahead of ourselves when on a run. Mark Leslie says, Nisbet has a bit of resemblance to Christian Ramirez. Hopefully he becomes a cult hero like he did the season he was here. Richard Mickey McMillan, you can take your tongue firmly out of your cheek with that comment. Great album, Ali. Really? Did you have it on mute? Steve Williamson says, hi Ali, loving the show, looking forward to the game tomorrow. Suze is on, saying good evening. Oh, Scott W says, who's Bad Boys Inc? Easy, Tiger, easy. Graham Findlater says, good to be back, Ali. Jury is out in regards to Nisbet. However, I feel we are missing a trick by not throwing in our very talented youngsters and changing the narrative around Scotland's young system. I'm also going to take that. I'm in agreement with that. I would like to see the young lads get a chance. Suze reminding everybody that Derek McInnes is playing down the game tomorrow. She says he's at it. He is. Neil Strachan says, Yumi Tulane Revolution has started and long may it continue. Mon us Aberdeen. Erica Mitchell is here. Hi, Erica. She says, looking forward to the game tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get the 3 points. John Helms is on. Hi, John. Rodney G. Lenny is on, saying, just need a win to keep the pressure on Celtic and Rangers. Barry Cooler said, does the deal have a buy clause? Your guess is as good as mine. Kenny McDonald is asking, do you think that's all our busy done? Remember, we still have Clarkson and Pulvara to come back. I must admit, I would be surprised if we do any more business. Graham Watson is just thanking Stuart, who commented right at the top of the show about the issues with the trains tomorrow. So if you weren't with us right at the top of the show, so the trains from down south coming north have all been cancelled after 3:25 p.m. So please check, if you are coming up by train tomorrow, please make sure you double check it and that your train arrives in Aberdeen in plenty of time. Stephen Morrison is asking, did Kevin Nisbet get the number 9 jersey? Yes, he did, mate. Stephen Morrison says, I heard if you play Bad Boys Inc. albums backwards, they're actually pretty decent. Oh, God, I just can't get away from it, can I? Suze makes a very good point. She says, I like the fact that Davy Cormack seems to now be taking care of business and keeping out of the footballing department. Mark Leslie said, I can see us getting in another left-sided centre-back, but that would probably do the business. Nicola Beaton says, do you think anyone will leave the club in the next week? Great show as always, thank you. It's a good point. Will anybody leave? Jaden Richardson? It's the one that pops straight into my head. I can't think of anybody else, I've got to be honest. John Kydell comes back about the medical issues that he raised earlier. He says, I'm basing Nisbet's medical issues on having a similar serious injury as he had back in 2022 and it takes years to heal up. He allegedly failed his first Millwall medical because of it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Mark Leslie said same. Jaden Richardson to leave. David Goldralli agrees. Mark Leslie said Babbage and Stewart on loan probably. Paul Donaldson has reminded everyone there was talk of Alfie Babbage going on loan to Cali Thistle. Baz Strachan just reiterated that point, saying Babbage linked with Cali on loan. So, yeah. So, guys, we're at that stage of the show where I have to give you a gentle reminder. So don't forget, if you're enjoying the show tonight, press the old like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, again, I keep reiterating the point, it doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free. All you have to do is just press that little red button and then you will get notifications from YouTube from whenever shows are on. We're doing really, really well in terms of the subscription level. And we're now very much fast forwarding to 3,800 subscribers, which is just phenomenal. And then obviously we'll start motoring towards 4,000 subscribers. So again, thank you for your continued support. The membership scheme is there. That's also continuing to build. The membership scheme is something where YouTube basically set up an initiative for people like myself where supporters of the channel can pay a very small subscription fee to help me basically build this channel. And I think that you can already see the rewards from that with all the new graphics, new titles, new elements that we're putting on. Bloody hell, the next thing I have to do is get new cameras, new lights. God, honestly, it never stops. So yeah, just thank you for your continued support. It's absolutely phenomenal. Let's see if there's any more comments come in just before we finish off. Gareth Mackey. Oh, that's a knife through the heart. One true voice just ahead of BBI. Oh, fella. Stuart Malcolm said, I watched Kevin's video on Red TV. He said he is fully fit. Aberdeen would not have signed him otherwise. Scott W says, I can definitely see a centre-back coming in. Glad you're enjoying the show. Colin Gale, thank you for being with us. Okay, guys, I think we are all done. So thank you so much, as always, for being on. Sorry it's slightly different tonight because of the issues that I had with the cameras and the lighting and stuff. But I hope it didn't spoil your fun this evening. So all that's left to say, as always, is the very best of luck to the lads tomorrow. Just keep the momentum going. Just keep believing in yourselves. Keep going all the way, very much like what you did last week in the Cup. The support tomorrow will be absolutely fantastic, as it always is. Yimmy's mentioned the support on numerous occasions already this season. And let's just keep that atmosphere going. And we will see you on Monday night for the review show. So have a fantastic day tomorrow. Don't forget about the train issue heading from south to north tomorrow. And I will see you all again on Monday night. And I have something new for you to finish the show. See you all on Monday.